and welcome to my laundry room. Today I am going to go through all the tips and tricks that I use when I wash my rag quilts. I do have one errored rag quilt to show you that happened to me when I forgot to add old towels into my washing machine with my rag quilts. What ended up happening was it pulled really hard on my rag quilt, this cute puppy dog rag quilt. And unfortunately now I have a rag quilt that I have to fix instead of gift, which is really disappointing. So that is my first tip. You will put your rag quilt in your washing machine with a bunch of old towels. I have some old towels set aside that I use for all of my rag quilts. I throw them in. What it will do is it will help the drum stay balanced, but it will also help agitate the fibers on your rag quilt so that the ragging process begins. So do a quick cycle. You can do cold or warm. It really depends on the fabric that you've made your blanket out of. If you're using something like a minky fabric, or I think they call it a cuddle fabric, it will change the texture of how those softer fabrics feel. So for those fabrics, you definitely want to do cold. I did do cold for this rag quilt here because there was so much white, and with the hot pink coming through, I was really afraid this one would run. It didn't run, but that was my fear. So after your rag quilt has gone through the washing machine for the first cycle, then you're going to pull it out, as well as pulling out those old towels. Take it outside and just shake it out. That way you're shaking out a lot of those lint pieces that have formed before you're throwing it back into your washing machine. Another thing you can do is just kind of scrape along with your fingers. All those wet fibers you'll kind of be able to pull around in a clump and pull them out of your washing machine as well. Then for your second round, you'll throw those towels and the blanket back in. I add a little bit of soap. I tend to add something like this, a Free and Gentle soap, because often my rag quilts are baby rag quilts, and so obviously you're giving them to a baby who has sensitive skin. So I try really hard to make sure I'm using the Free and Gentle type. So once you've done your 2 cycles in your washing machine, again, you're going to take those wet towels and blanket, take them outside and shake them out. That way you're helping your dryer by getting rid of a lot of that lint ahead of time. Then you'll move it into your dryer with the towels, throw it in, set a timer for yourself so that you're checking on your blanket about halfway through that drying cycle. I do set my dryer to warm, and when you check on your dryer halfway through, you'll empty out that lint trap. That lint trap will be full, and this is where you're saving the life of your dryer by making sure that you're pulling out all of that lint. Sometimes halfway through, I'll also take the blanket and the towels if I see that there's still quite a bit of lint on them. I'll shake them out outside for the 3rd time, throw them back into that dryer, and let the cycle finish. And that's everything that you need to know to make sure you're keeping your washer and your dryer protected, as well as your rag quilt. If you're interested in checking out my rag quilt tutorials, I suggest going to my YouTube channel. I have rag quilt tutorials with a free PDF download that will teach you how to make this scalloped edge, which is a really nice way to add to a baby blanket. I also have a tutorial on how to make a rag quilt without having to cut any blocks ahead of time. So I hope you'll stop by my YouTube channel and see all of my other rag quilt tutorials. I'm sure you'll find something you'll enjoy making. If you guys like watching crafting videos, please give this a thumbs up, subscribe, and click that notification bell so that you don't miss a thing. And I hope I'll see you next time.